offering the message today. I have never had the opportunity to start at such a late moment. So I am going to do my very best to help us exit in a timely fashion. Forgive me if I'm unable. Okay. So the title of my talk today is Justice and Equity. And the questions are, how do we find right action in the face of what we perceive as evil? Perhaps more importantly, how do we find right intention in that space? Where does equity fit in? Everyone wants justice, the young man said to me, as if that were a foregone conclusion. I am not interested in justice. I am interested in reconciliation, I replied. But he could not hear me. This month, I offer my understanding of justice, reconciliation, and equity with an eye toward healing and wholeness. So I have to make a disclaimer. Everything that I offer you today is my own ideas, my own thoughts, my own opinions. These opinions and thoughts may or may not match UU thought. They may or may not match individual UU members' thoughts. Informed by various teachers and my own life experience. So you can't say afterward that what she said was Buddhist thought or Thich Nhat Hanh's thought. What I'm offering belongs to me. So the first thing I have to tell you is I'm highly aware that the second principle of the 7 principles of UU has to do with justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. I'm aware that that is right there. And I have to admit that I don't actually like the word justice. I'm funny about words. Some words I'm really comfortable with and some I'm really not. And I am not really comfortable with the word justice. In my life experience, to me, the only true justice would be to undo the harmful event. That's my way of seeing what is justice really? What would be truly justice? To undo a harmful event, which of course we can't do. It's not possible. So we do what we call justice, but what I call what we do is retribution or punishment. And I realize this may not match everybody's definitions. I did go and look in my giant 2-volume dictionary and checked a lot of things. So this is where I come from. Versus the word reconciliation. Reconciliation comes from the Latin for council, meeting, assembly. Reconciliation is to come together again. Reconciliation might another definition for it, bringing into harmony. Come together again, bring into harmony. It could include reparation, which is the root word for restore or repair. To bring to a good state after injury. That's the reparation. Could include healing, meaning becoming sound, well, or healthy again. Or wholeness, being whole, entire, sound, complete. And to me, that just feels better than justice as retribution or punishment. And then there's equity, the other piece, which I looked it up. It just means equality. It's a very simple, short definition. And in my view of the world, there isn't actually equality. We, to my way of looking, all have equal value, but we aren't actually created equal. We have different strengths, we are born into different circumstances. it isn't equal. Life isn't equal. So I'm not that keen on the word equity either. But I do really like the word inclusiveness, which means taking everything into account, everything, so that together we make the wholeness. So I just wanted to put that in the background so you kind of know where I'm coming from. And I know there's a lot of other opinions and views about that, and that's okay. So about a month ago, a man came to me and asked me, where is the Buddhist line? Where is it? Where do we stop being passive and stand up to evil? I thought, whoa, that is a big, big question. That's a huge question. That's a really important question. And I stumbled and I fumbled and I couldn't really respond to it in a terrific way. I did my best in the moment. But here I am with that huge question in front of me, and what I could see in that moment was a person who was really suffering, really carrying a lot of fear, anger, pain, rage, suffering. And I believe that talking about the Holocaust, I think this person was probably Jewish and carrying that multi-generational trauma that's very real. So the question made perfect sense. But that's the reality that was in front of me in that moment. And so, thinking about that question, to me, I don't think there's an answer. There can only be responses, but my response is the very first thing that needs to happen is to heal that woundedness first. Every one of us has been wounded in ways large or small throughout our life. There is woundedness, wounded child, we often say. It's easy for me to see a wound as a small child and then make the moves to take care of that, to take care of whatever those feelings are, which are all valid, tenderly. And it may take a lifetime to take care of that, especially when there's so much pain and trauma. But in my view of the world, that needs to be the first thing. When the person is talking about the entirety of an evil people, as if there were no individuals in what I was seeing was this great pain, because I know that every group is made up of individuals who each carry their own wounds. So first things first, to respond to that humongous question is look back inside first. Take care of that. It's valid. It needs care. Take care of that. So I have a poem by Thich Nhat Hanh. This is his, not mine, it's his, that was written in 1978. It's called Please Call Me by My True Names. Don't say that I will depart tomorrow. Even today, I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second I am arriving to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that is alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosing on the surface of the river. And I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond. And I am the grass snake that silently feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant, selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo with plenty of power in my hands. And I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring so warm, it makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills the 4 oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. In Plum Village, France, Thich Nhat Hanh says, we received hundreds of letters each week from the refugee camps. One day, we received a letter telling us about a young girl on a small boat who was raped by a Thai pirate. She was only 12, and she jumped into the ocean and drowned herself. When you first learn of something like that, you get angry at the pirate. You naturally take the side of the little girl. As you look more deeply, you will see it differently. If you take the side of the little girl, then it is easy. You only have to take a gun and shoot the pirate. But we can't do that. In my meditation, I saw that if I had been born in the village of the pirate and raised in the same conditions that he was, I would now be the pirate. There is a great likelihood that I would become a pirate. I cannot condemn myself so easily. In my meditation, I saw that many babies are born along the Gulf of Siam, hundreds every day. And if we educators, social workers, politicians, and others do not do something about the situation, in 25 years, a number of them will become sea pirates. That is certain. If you or I were born today in those fishing villages, we might become sea pirates in 25 years. If you take a gun and shoot the pirate, you shoot us all, because all of us are to some extent responsible for this state of affairs. After a long meditation, I wrote this poem. In it, there are 3 people, the 12-year-old girl, the pirate, and me. Can we look at each other and recognize ourselves in each other? The title of the poem is, Please Call Me by My True Names, because I have so many names. When I hear one of these names, I have to say, yes, that's me. Mm-hmm. So, where is the Buddhist line? Well, from one of the sutras, the Buddha said, roughly translated into English, even though robbers and murderers should be severing your limbs and joints with a saw, if you give way to anger, you would not be following my teachings. Ooh, oh dearie dear, yes. So I meditated on this for pretty close to a month to come up with this today. And I think I found the Buddhist line. Can you kill the sea pirate with love for the pirate in your heart? That's my own thought. That's me sitting on meditation for a while. Much like if you euthanized your dog because you cared so much and did not want your dog to suffer? Where is the line where we stop being passive and do something? Thich Nhat Hanh didn't shoot anybody. He and all his followers did a lot of things and were not passive. They just weren't shooting people or dropping bombs. They did a lot of other things and still do. But with deep looking, we lose our hatred. There's no anger. There's no enemy. We see ourselves as that one we called the enemy, using this poem as the template. Whatever we do it without anger, without hatred, and without a sense of an enemy. It is a whole, complete, and inclusive way of viewing the world. So, using words and concepts like reconciliation and inclusiveness, if our culture would use those terms as the background rather than justice, retribution, even equity, I think our whole culture would be just viewing the world in a little different way, a lot different way, actually. And I don't know what that would do. And I don't say anything is easy. And I don't say that I know what to do. I'm just saying, this is what I was able to come up with, pondering that hugely important question. And I hope it gives you some pause to consider different ways of looking. Thank you for listening.
Our closing song will be from Basket of Plums, which we were happy to finally get permission this week to use in online services. And we are currently looking at maybe getting some for the congregation, but I do have the words. This is a derivative of the poem that Carol read just a few moments ago. Please call me by my true names. My joy is like spring so warm, it makes flowers bloom all over the earth. My pain's like a river of tears, so vast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so that I can wake up and the door of my heart could be left open.
Thank you, Sandra. So we reached the time for congregational conversation, and we reached the time of 11:25. So I kind of leave it in your hands how much you want to attempt conversation, but anyone is welcome to come up, or if you need the microphone brought to you, I can do that also. Thank you. Or, here comes Miriam, okay.
Hi. Thank you, Carol. That was really special. I really appreciate your thoughts on that. I wonder, it's a lot easier to feel compassion toward the Thai pirate than for the mega politician who has come out of wealth and is, do you get what I mean? That's who's, yeah, that's my question.
Sure. Sure, that's easier. And in Buddhism, we say, and we practice, and we keep practicing. And the stuff is hard, we practice more on that. That's the response. Linda?
I want to thank you, Carol. I'm still thinking. I really appreciate, I've heard the poem before, but not the follow-up commentary. It's the first time I've understood how Thich Nhat Hanh is putting himself in the other person's place. And I keep thinking about Archbishop Tutu. I just finished reading the Book of Joy, and Archbishop Tutu and the Dalai Lama had a conversation about joy, which I was sort of afraid to read the book because I thought it's going to be all schmaltzy, and it's not. It's also thought-provoking. And Archbishop Tutu in there is always smiling, and he's always happy, and he's with his very good friend, the Dalai Lama. And I keep remembering him as the man who chaired the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa after apartheid was defeated. And he was so profound. And his profundity, if that's a word, comes through in the Book of Joy as well. And I had never not liked the word justice. I'm thinking about that. So I don't have anything to say except thank you. Because you have given us a lot to think about today. I think this is maybe your most important sermon, if we can call it a sermon, your thoughts, your collection of thoughts today. And I'm profoundly moved. Thank you.
So if anyone else is just needing to say, great. Otherwise, we will move to extinguish the chalice. Sandra?
I have the extinguishing words. Should I go now? Okay. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Hey, Judy, it's Harriet.
Hi, Harriet.
I've seen you here a few times. I love that you're coming.
Yeah, I listen in.
Excellent. Brilliant.
It's the only way
Yeah.
we get to see you, huh, Judy? Or you get to see us, I guess, too.
Now and then, I keep thinking I'll show up, but I don't get it together to come over.
I know it's so far away, right?
Tom,
Well,
did you have any fading in and out today? Because I have
No,
not had any of that problem.
no, today it didn't happen, but that's rare.
Are you on Wi-Fi maybe?
Yeah. Hmm.
Because I wonder if you're in an area where you're getting some blockage.
But it only happens, well, I
You
do
have
wonder,
trouble,
but
do you
it,
ever have trouble with your phone fading in and out?
no, it's Zoom related.
Oh, okay,
It only happens during Zoom meetings,
okay.
usually Sunday morning.
Is that today's paper?
Yeah.
I could go get it though.
Yeah.
It's a January one that,
Go get
Hey,
it.
Bob, how are you feeling? Bob, how are you feeling? I know you had your trips to Marquette already.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I wasn't sure if you were talking about me or Bob Drake. So,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Bob Drake is gone already, I think.
oh, okay. Yeah, I had 4 appointments, and John Vollmer took me to the Perry-Johnston Marquette in January for develop a treatment plan. And then on the 14th, Jack drove me and got half of my gums cleaned. And then on the 21st, John Gale drove me and got the rest of my mouth done. And so it's, and now that, it's all been cleaned up and everything, I need to go back in April to see how well my gums have healed. And but I'm really happy with the doctor. It was kind of pricey, but it's a wise investment to keep my teeth. So it's
Yeah, great.
well, I have more stuff to do this spring and summer, here in Hancock, and sometimes it takes many months just to get an appointment. They're so busy, and yeah, so I'll have a final check April 22nd, and then he wants to see me on an annual basis. And so that's really good, and I'm glad things went so well, and so yeah.
I'm thankful for all those volunteers, Bob. That worked out well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Linda.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Everybody stepped up. Carol, how are you feeling?
You're muted,
mu- you're-
Carol. You're
Mm.
muted.
here.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Okay, I'm doing well. I see the doctor tomorrow, Monday. That's tomorrow, and hopefully he says I can walk with weight on both feet. And if that's the case, then I'm fine.
What
So-
doctor are you dealing with, Carol?
Ronquist,
Oh, okay. Right at Portage.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
So
good
we'll
deal.
see. It's
Keep our
been a
fingers
long
crossed.
wait. Yeah, that's right. It's been a long wait, but finally we'll get to that point. So hopefully next week I will be dancing around in the background here.
Well, you're
Okay,
already
I gotta
looking-
go.
You're already looking perky, so that's good.
Thanks. Okay, see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Looks like there was a good attendance in the building today. We're pretty full.
Good. I'm looking forward to our new building, which is
I
within
know.
walking distance.
Have you visited it lately, Tom?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's looking good. Yeah,
I think so too. People have been working really hard. It's
looking
impressive.
good. Yep. I'm just waiting for the spring when we can put the flower beds in. That'll be my specialty.
Oh, and yes, there's a lot of room right in front to start some flowers there. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we got to put them raised beds or something like that. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, something to look forward to.
Definitely.
I'm going to go now. Bye, everybody.
Okay,
Bye, Bob.
have a
I'm
good
not-
Bye,
week.
bye, Morris. And Tom, talk to you later.
Two.
It was nice seeing you, Dave.
Thank you.